Hey everyone, we're doing now question 2 from assessment task 2 project FSKNUM018. In question 2, we are asked to create we're going to collate the data into a table and a spreadsheet and construct a graph from the table that we have inputted. We're going to also interpret the data and key features and check on the results if they meet the expected outcome. The sample outcome file that we have here can be viewed by clicking on the actual word sample completed data file. Click on that. It will download in the top right hand corner. I think what we should do is we should open it first so you get an idea of what your data sheet is supposed to look like once it's completed. And that's what it's supposed to look like once it's completed or thereabout. So the sample data sheet is pretty blank. So what you need to do is you need to turn it into a graph chart that looks like this, more or less. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our Moodle, and we're going to have a look at the actual question. What's it telling us to do? So the question is telling us that we have to create a plain data sheet and turn it into a data sheet that is formatted with a graph or a chart. In question 1, you have a sample data source. You can use that sample data source, or if you are working in an office and you have access to a data source, then you can use a data source from work. Just make sure you upload that sample here so we know where you got the original data from. So the data source can be downloaded by also clicking on it. Once you've clicked on it, same thing, it'll open in the top right-hand corner. And I'll just share that with you. Share the sample empty sheet. There it is. This one's a little bit different than the sample, but at least it'll give us an idea of how to create a data sheet. So if we look at this particular sheet, it's actually got product information or product ID number, and they're obviously shoes, and the price. So what we'll do is we'll create this sheet into a chart by selecting the sheet or the data within the sheet. Make sure you haven't missed anything. And from your insert menu, we will select the type of sheet that we want to turn it into, whether it's going to be a column chart, a pie chart, or a line or graph chart. I'm going to leave it as a line chart, and that will show us the items that the graph will be based on the item price. Across the left axis is the price, and across the bottom is the detail of each individual product. Just double click on the title to change the name, and I'll just call it product. How about we call it product price guide? And from your formatting menu, you can actually change the style, make it look prettier, fancier, 3D it, and decide on the format that you want it to be. Make it smaller. That looks nice and balanced. Once it's done, make sure to save it. I'm just going to save on the desktop, but make sure when you save your file that you save it with an appropriate name and in an appropriate location. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself confused and not knowing where your file is and going to think that you've lost it and it's disappeared somewhere. Once it's saved and you know where it is, it's easier for you. Hey guys, so just to take it a little bit slower to upload our completed spreadsheet, we know we have saved it. So what we need to do now is we need to go back to our Moodle and go back to question 2. In the middle of question 2, you see this little gray arrow pointing downwards. Once you click on that arrow, it'll take you to a second window. And basically what's it telling you is where do you want to get your file from? So click on the choose file option. I've saved mine on my desktop, so I'm going to navigate to my desktop. Just going to make sure that you can see my desktop. I think you can. And find your file. So mine's on my desktop. So it's called FSKNUM018 Assessment Task 2, Question 2, DODI. Just double clicked on that to upload it, and it's uploaded now. You can see that the name has appeared next to choose the file option. Click on upload this file and it will upload. Once it's uploaded, we know that it is now has been submitted. So I will see it at my end. Hopefully, good luck. Well done, everyone. I'll see you soon.